Real quick before we get into today's video, I just want to say I'm running for community lead for the Overwatch World Cup this summer for Team USA, and there's a link at the top description if you guys could endorse me for that. That'd be really awesome. Hello and welcome to today's video. We're here for season number 5, episode number 13 of our NASCAR Heat 2 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series Championship. And today, we're going to take a look at the standings. 2 races remain. I have now first place in the playoff grid, my 4th win coming at Bristol in the last episode, adding to our wins in previous episodes at Richmond, New Hampshire, and Watkins Glen. Now, this here matters. There are 2 races left and 3 spots available. 3 spots. So, Joe Logano, Ryan Newman, and Darrell Wallace Jr. all have shot to get in. Now, if one of them wins, they're in. But one driver here is guaranteed in on points now. And look at this grid. We are 23rd, so we're out of contention to get the regular season championship. Whoever has the most points. And right now it's Jimmy Johnson. Wow. That'd be a big boost for him if he could win it. Because the winner of the regular season championship does get a bonus 15 points. So will it be Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, or Kyle Busch? Before it was Kurt Busch, but it looks like he had some problems. So it really comes down to Johnson, Harvick, and Busch. They're all very, very close, separated by only a couple points. Again, today's schedule takes us to Darlington, Indianapolis. But before we continue, I want to point out that the win at Bristol that I got ties the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series in NASCAR Heat 2 with the NASCAR Xfinity Series from NASCAR Heat 2 that we did for a couple seasons, because we used to win every race in that. So we now have 73 wins in both series. One more win in this series, so in the next, 12 races. One more win will make this the second most successful series we've ever done, only behind the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series from NASCAR Evolution with 95. There's no way we're getting up to that. But we now have 287 total wins on the Channel S4 series. So, alright, because there were way too many mistakes in qualifying here. I'll admit, we just had a lot of problems. Not our best qualifying effort, to say the least. But we're really trying to work our way forward and try to get up into the top spot. Wow. That didn't go so well. Still there. We're going to pull back up onto the track here, try to get back into the position that we were in a lap ago when that incident happened, or lap ago at the spot where we started.
Hold steady wheel. Outside, hold your line. Clear all around. The yellow's out.
Okay. That was a big hit. So honestly, we're trying to get through Darlington at this point. This is like a meaningless race at this point for me. But I really want to head to Indy. Try to get a good finish there to launch our playoff run next week. Because we got the playoffs to go for, going for championship number 4 in this series, which, yeah, looking for that. Very, very excited about that next championship run. Knowing we're in it with 4 wins now, 20 playoff points definitely is a lot better than entering 5. Especially when a lot of the drivers have 5. That will be in the playoffs. It's an advantage to have 15 over. And especially when you know that there's a driver in front of you in the standings, which will have 15 more. So that's like 3 wins right there. It's definitely an interesting scenario. You have to work with something like that. But at the end of this episode, we'll actually take a look at who's in the playoffs and how many points somebody has. Normally we don't, but this is a little bit different, definitely. Running with 4 wins. Now we are only 3 wins away from tying season number 3. Or season number 4, sorry. Where we had gotten 7 wins. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to have
Outside, still
as
there.
many wins this season as we did last one. It just,
Caution's out. Back her down.
it was a very, very weird season at the start. But we got things going this week with 2 wins.
Check
2
your
wins
belt.
in this week is kind of
Sharp,
crazy.
green coming.
More considering that we got the same amount of wins this week as we had gotten the rest of the season combined. 2 episodes. That's definitely going to enter the playoffs. We got some tracks looking to win, and I'll let you guys know at those races which ones we're looking to win at the end of this episode. We're going to talk about that. So we got a lot to cover at the end of this one. So before this thing's over, there's a lot to go through.
All clear.
We're sort of slowly driven our way forward here. Don't really know how this happened. We kind of just ended up in 9th. This is one of those races, I guess I'm just kind of driving around and
Still there, he's outside. Outside.
somehow going to end up in 9th. And
Yellow
now,
flag, yellow flag.
whatever I'm in, I'm not going to pit. Don't need to pit. I'm not concerned about that.
Get set.
I'm concerned about is now I'm up here. Let's get this win.
Going green. Green
Get us
flag.
another
Go,
win.
go, 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 go.
9 laps of fuel.
Outside, still there.
11 laps of racing. Ooh. Ooh. Now Logano up here does not have a win. He's up there. You guys see him in like 3rd or whatever.
Easy.
Johnson is currently the points leader. And I'm currently the race leader. Again, I'm the leader of the playoff grid though with my 4 wins.
Alright, it's 10 to go.
If we just didn't have so many bad finishes, we'd be okay. That's our issue, just we had so many bad finishes this season that 5 wins or 4 wins is not going to balance it out.
Low, low. Clear low. Inside, still there.
How is Truex still going, fam? We cannot let that dude get 4 wins. He's got 3 now.
That was a great lap.
Or no, he's got 2. We can't let him catch up to everybody. 3 wins, though.
Caution, caution, caution. Watch for the brake.
Alright, caution is out. We're not going to pit again. We're going to see if we got enough fuel left to go the distance here. Harvick, Truex, Busch, Kozlowski, Johnson, myself. Top 8 or 7 drivers have wins.
Green. Green flag. Go, 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 go.
Can we make enough fuel now? 6 laps to go. 6 laps on fuel. We're going to risk it.
Outside, still there. Clear quick.
Why not risk it? We're in the playoffs. We got wins. Out of contention for regular season champion. Let's make a run to get as many wins as possible.
That's 5 to go.
We're just trying to get the momentum
Outside.
in our favor heading into the playoffs
Outside.
with a win or 2.
Clear quick.
That's the goal. A win or 2 heading into the playoffs. Get that momentum going. That's what we need. That is what we need. Momentum for the playoffs. We're going to block Truex again. 4 laps to go.
Inside, inside. Clear, clear.
Got Logano, winless driver this season. Truex with a win already. Myself with a win. Truex goes around collecting Logano, and caution's gonna be out. I don't even know how he spun out. I think I bumped him and he spun out. Truex and Logano both, of course, getting into that crash. Let's see what we can do here. Can we get this win? Larson does pull out here a little bit to the front. Working on trying to take the lead from us, but we are going to force him to fall back.
Still there, he's outside.
Kyle Busch did get by us there. We cannot let him get a win here.
Outside. All clear, all clear.
Elliott or Larson can get a win, honestly. If they need to, they can get wins. If I don't.
One to go. You go.
Final lap around Darlington. I hit the wall. That gave Busch such an advantage down the back here. He's got an advantage. Ooh, we just slammed the car in front of him. We just slammed our car into the wall in front of him, speeding through there. We're going to get a win at Darlington.
Great win.
What? Oh, my God. I have no idea. Honestly, I was like just going to ride around in 30th the entire race at Darlington. And slowly just a couple cautions happened. I started finding myself, and I found myself in like 9th. And I'm like, let's go for this win. Everybody pit, and I stayed out. And enough cautions came out that I managed to not have to pit. And we got the win at Darlington. So let's go to Indianapolis, the final race of the regular season here. And there's a lot on the line, so I don't want to forget it. This qualifying, it needs a little bit of a bigger track. So, basically, as we said going in the last episode, or the last race, Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick. One of those drivers will be getting 15 bonus points. Right now, Kyle Busch is the lead of that. It has switched 3 times in the last 3 races. Kevin Harvick, then it was Jimmy Johnson, now it's Kyle Busch. I personally want Jimmy Johnson to get that because Kevin Harvick's got 3 wins. That will give him 30 points. That would give him 5 more points than we have because we have 25. If Kyle Busch wins, I believe it will also give him 5 more points than us. But if Jimmy Johnson wins it, he will actually be he will be at 20. So he will still be behind us even with those 15 bonus points. Because the points that we're in 20-something right now. It's not going to matter in a couple minutes from now. It's not going to matter if we're going to be in first or second. So I really, really want to be first entering the playoffs, and I want Jimmy Johnson to get that bonus points. But I also want to get a win here at Indy, and then it won't really matter. If we win Indy, because I really, really like this track. This is such a fun track to race at. I used to like it before, and then actually I've never really liked Indy until this game. So I don't know, it's just an interesting track to race at, but I just never really got the opportunity to race here that well until this game. No, actually it was last game. It was NASCAR Heat Evolution. I was thinking NASCAR 15, but that I had to do it. Anyways, here we are, Indianapolis. This is actually the original track that I started doing pit strategies at, or like figuring out how the game worked on pit stops. This is the first track that it really was a thing for me. So I remember it was sometime in NASCAR 15 that I had to try to get wins at Indy. I just couldn't win Indy. It was such a difficult track for me. I just never managed to figure out how to get a win here. And then when I stayed out one time, I pit and basically won the race. It was very, very weird because I was so far behind, because that's when I was just bad at racing here. Like I couldn't stay with the group. Coming up that road, you had to beat them to the line. And sometimes you beat them to the line, sometimes you based on them pitting. But yeah, it's very, very interesting. First track that I really did that. Then I tried it at Michigan, because I couldn't win at Michigan. And now I just tried it any track possible. Pit strategy is a little different, but yeah, because it was about pitting early in the race, and then you can't have a caution, and everybody else has to stay out. So that's sort of where the strategy originated from.
Clear high, get up there.
Clear, racing in. Well, that's not really a strategy. It's sort of just how you play the game sometimes. But that's where I figured it out. Was at this track. Like right now, there's a caution, everyone's in the pit, and I'm not. So we need Jimmy Johnson to finish ahead of Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick.
You ready? You ready?
course, we need to win this race. Going into the playoffs on a 3-race win streak, that would be big. At the end of this episode, though, we will talk about my thoughts about the drivers that are in the playoffs, who does have the 15 bonus points, and also the other things, like which tracks am I looking forward to or concerned about. Normally I would have forced the issue there to try to pass him, but this is the guy that we need to get those 15 bonus points. If it was Bush, I would have pushed him up the track, but we need Jimmy Johnson with 15 bonus points. We also need to pass him. If we can win, I don't really care.
Still a car out there. Clear.
That's really what I want to do, just pass him and have this over with. Try to hold position for the next couple laps and just race this track out. I don't know why, but I've just felt very, very confident heading into Indy in the last week. I think it's a track that in both series, Cup and Xfinity Series, when we raced here, I just felt like, you know what, this is the track we got. We got Indy. And right now we do have Indy. So, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. There's only 5 laps left to race here at Indianapolis. 5 laps left of the regular season, season number 5. Can we get this win? Can we get win number 5? Or win number 6 in the season? We won at Richmond to start off, our wins. Then we went to New Hampshire, got a win. Watkins Glen, we got a win. Bristol, we got a win. And then Darlington. Like, we're adding tracks to our win list, finally. It's so exciting. It's just been such a struggle season on this last week to pick up 3 wins. It's so good. We had a whole episode about which tracks can I win at this season because I'm not winning anything. But we started moving ourselves up in the points. We did have some tracks this week that did show our normal racing ways, though, of struggling, like at Michigan and Pocono. But besides that, Watkins Glen, actually no, we either won or had a struggle. Watkins Glen, we didn't do, no, Watkins Glen we did good, Bristol we did good, Darlington. But the other tracks that we raced at, not good. Michigan, we got into a little incident with Jimmy Johnson, hitting into him as he was going to the pits, which then put him in, which damaged our car and pushed him to 16th. And we crashed at Pocono with just 2 laps to go. Here at Indy with 3 to go, we were looking to see if we can continue this and get 4 of the 6 races this week won. That would just be insane. It's not like I haven't done it before, but it'd be insane for the way that the season has gone. For us to get 4 wins in 6 races. Also, with my winning of Bristol and Darlington, that means that there will be 2 drivers that get in on points. Guaranteed. So that basically means Joe Logano is in. He has the points to make it to the playoffs. Just depends on Ryan Newman, Bubba Wallace, or with somebody else. 2 laps to go here at Indy. Can we do this? It said 2 there now on this lap. So we'll have 1 lap left of fuel at that spot next lap. I'm not looking at any information right now. I'm just focused on the track. Don't want to look at how much tire wear I have left, because I'm going to start thinking about that. It says, oh, you have 35 left. I'm going to be like, oh boy, can I make it? But if I just focus on the race, we'll be able to do fine. We just have to look in the mirror, block Bush's runs that he gets, run our corners like we always do, and we will find ourselves winners in Indy with just one lap left. I can feel the car there trying to slide up the track. A little bit in that corner. We're starting to pull away in the straight again. If we can just keep this thing as close to the white line as possible.
You're almost out of gas.
Then I have no concerns. We were able to block Bush there. Logano's going to get a run, but he will not have enough. Come on. Here we are at Indy. We're going to win it. Yes! Oh. Oh my god. Ugh. We got to win at Indy. That is so exciting. Such an exciting track to finally finish off the regular season. 3 wins in a row. Right? Yeah. I was going to say 4, but we went Watkins Glen, Michigan, then Bristol. 6 wins on the season. Richmond, New Hampshire. Richmond, New Hampshire, Watkins Glen. Yes, Richmond, New Hampshire, Watkins Glen, Bristol, Darlington, and Indianapolis. This is the first episode all season we've won both races in. So, now let's go back to the menu and see who's in and who isn't. You made the playoffs. There you go. We have indeed made the playoffs. Now it's time for some of these playoff races. We're going to take a look at what tracks are coming up and what we got. There's only 10 races left. So the schedule, we're going to do that first. The round of 16, Richmond's a track that we've won at this season. And Charlotte is a road course in the playoffs. And you know how I'm good at road course, so we potentially can get 2 wins there. The next round is the most risky round for us, round of 12. Dover, Talladega, and Kansas. I'm not sure how we performed at Dover in the beginning of the season. Dover's a hit or miss track for us. Dover actually got 39th. So these are the tracks that are in the playoffs in the round of 12. 39th, 39th, and 40th. Yikes. Kansas we know we're going to do bad at. So you have to do good at Dover or Talladega. I'm hoping for a Talladega win. As long as we don't get into too much damage, we should be fine. Martinsville, Texas, and ISM. ISM is a track we can win. Texas kind of there. We didn't really do good at mile and a half this season, as you guys can see, 40th there. Martinsville, we got 6th, though. We can get a win at Martinsville. And ISM, we also performed pretty bad. So, honestly, we need to win at Martinsville. And then Homestead, we have nothing about. We haven't raced there. So all these tracks we've raced at except for, I guess, Charlotte Road Course, technically. We did finish 2nd at Charlotte earlier in the season. So, first round, Richmond and Charlotte, we can get wins there. Talladega in the round of 12, but this is the most risky round here. We could be eliminated here if we don't do good at Talladega. And then Martinsville, Texas, and ISM. I feel good heading to all 3, honestly. But Martinsville's a track that I really want to win. And just be able to cruise through Texas and ISM. But if we don't win Martinsville, I'm looking at ISM for a win. Now to find out who's in, we're going to click on the playoffs here. And as you guys can see, it was indeed Kyle Busch who did get those bonus points, if I'm correct. Right? Yeah. I don't know how other drivers have other numbers, but maybe they got some bonus points. I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't. So, Ryan Newman and Darrell Wallace got in with points. Yeah, the game just gave people random points. Because Kyle Busch got the bonus points for the regular season championship. But how Kevin Harvick has 3, Kurt Busch has 2, because they should all be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So how there's 23, 22, 16, 9, 8, 7, 5. I don't know how Joe Logano got 5 points. Unless the game just does it to try to balance it out. Maybe the game just doesn't want people to, doesn't want there to be so much like same numbers, so the game just says you all get bonus points. Because it did it previously before. But either way, we are the points leader here. We have 30 points, so we are 25 ahead of the cutoff line, which is very good to know. Very, very good to know. Right there, we have 25 points out of the cutoff line. Of course, the plus is how many points you are above the cutoff line, so we're 25. But I feel like we have a shot to go deep in the playoffs. We'll see. We'll see what we got, but first on Monday, not on Monday, on Tuesday, we take on Las Vegas, Richmond, and Charlotte. Then on Thursday, it's Dover, Talladega, and Kansas. And Sunday, it's Martinsville, Texas, and ISM in the first episode that day. In the final episode, Homestead, Miami, this Sunday as well. Yay.